so high up, he jumped so high. If he had done it lower, then I would understand. But that beat out all my attacks with Peach, beat out all my attacks with Falco. That's not cool.
Squirtle's fucked up.
That's not cool. It's just unnecessary. That would be like if Laser from Falco just let you not act afterwards. Like, it made you slip and fall to the ground. It's like bananas that you can direct. So dumb. But that's just me being salty because I lost.
Right.
But if I had won, I still would have complained about the same shit.
Right.
And I would have actually been even more mad when I won, if I had won. Because then it's for sure just a character, thing. It's not skill. And that it makes me mad that sometimes I have to try way harder in this game against some players because like there are character advantages that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
Well,
that's just matchup knowledge. I mean, honestly, like Squirtle is a little bit jank. Let's be real.
Well,
but there's tons of characters like Rob.
Rob's fucking jank too.
Rob has some stuff that you have to get used to, but like, what is super jank about Rob? What do you think is super janky about Rob?
The big complaint that I have against most characters, especially like you can tell when somebody's like new at the game, or a Project M only player, because a lot of them like to straight up just crouch cancel down smash.
Oh yeah?
Crouch cancel down smash. It's so good. It's really good with Rob because it doesn't do that much. It doesn't do that much percent. It doesn't have a lot of knockback, but it has just enough. It's a good
just
combo
like a get off of me tool.
Yeah, it's a good combo move. Like, it's not spectacular, and it's not like that. Rob is super good because I feel like Rob's big thing is his mix-up with the side B, whatever the fuck that's called, in the air. Like, that is just really good, and a lot of people don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Like, look at that grab, though. That's so goofy. It's a really good grab, but, like, I've used this example a couple times now. Did you go to Low Tier City 3?
I didn't go.
Did you watch?
I watched some of the,
Drinking food,
yeah.
That dude, in any given tournament, I think, where everyone knew the matchups, it was all equal, he probably wouldn't have done that good at all. But people didn't know the Rob matchup. You can clearly see that. He beat Axe.
Yeah.
Axe, one of the best melee players in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
and
you know,
he's not as good as Axe. I'm not gonna put him on blast by saying that, but it's true.
He's not as good at melee as Axe.
He's not as good.
He doesn't have. Okay,
as
so there's a thing that happens with melee players. This happens with like Lucky as well, and like the top melee players that are getting into PM, like Axe and Lucky, and even when like Mango plays and Music King plays, is that like of course they're like better players from a fundamentals standpoint. Like they definitely have better fundamentals.
Of course,
because they've been playing melee for what 10 years now or something ridiculous. It hasn't been
some of their cases,
years. Oh yeah, it's been out for 14 years,
15 years.
But the thing is though, it's not that but that alone doesn't make them better players. That makes them better melee players.
No,
because half of the game is learning matchups.
Half the game is learning matchups, but when your character has advantages on every character, okay, it's different. It's like watching Pikachu in Melee.
Okay.
If you watch Pikachu in Melee, Pikachu has a lot of the same gimmicky combos on all the characters. That's a matchup thing, unfortunately. With Rob, it's the same case. I will give you that with Rob, it's a matchup. And to me, that's indicative of character skill over player versus player skill. If you don't know the matchup, sure, that's why I said,
Yeah.
You can't knock on their actual skill, but
let's say there's a hypothetical Fox player in Melee who has the best tech skill of anyone ever and has perfect spacing.
It doesn't matter if they don't pick the right option every time.
Exactly.
That's my complaint about this game though. There's janky stuff where you don't have to choose the best option and can still get rewarded for it. Like, why should you just crouch cancel all the time?
If you know the matchup, then you won't let them do that. There's tools that you can use to make it so that they crouch cancel and that's
you go and grab, but if you go in with what you think is a pretty good option, and they can just crouch cancel it, then that's not indicative of skill. That's indicative of a
That just means that you don't know what's a pretty good option is. If you think it's a pretty good option, but they can just crouch cancel down smash you, then it's not a pretty good option. You thought it was, but you were wrong. That's the only thing. Like you took your melee knowledge, and you didn't know the Rob matchup. So you went and did this option that would have been a good approach in Melee, but it wasn't a good approach in Project M because there's a character that you aren't as familiar with, Like you can do things to Rob when he crouch cancels and tries to down smash.
Yeah, you could also just grab.
You could,
and that's good, but at a certain percent, when you get a hit, they shouldn't be able to crouch cancel. And there's janky shit like that in Melee.
There's definitely things they can do for sure. I'm not saying this game's perfect by any means.
Oh no, dude, this game is very far from perfect. But like I said,
at least there are more than 8 viable characters. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dude, but it's a problem when everyone is viable because of shit that they're not balancing. Like Link. Link is really good. I don't know the name of the guy that plays Link. Yeah. Would he beat Mewtwo King on a day where Mewtwo King knew how to beat those exploits? No. And that's just a problem with the game being new. It's not, like these people are just well, this character is good, nobody knows him yet, I'm gonna play him. No, it's just that you maybe haven't played that character as much.
Right.
But that's why I'm saying it's a problem with the character, not the player's skill.
Well, I mean, what do you want? What would you change about Link? Would you just nerf him to melee levels? Like,
no, I wouldn't nerf him to melee levels. His crouch cancel is really good, and the up B out of shield, the hitbox on that stays out really long. It's really powerful.
But if you shield it, he only has one hit on it. If he hits you with it once, it's done. The whole time that it's out there,
but
it doesn't do
anything. I play PH all the time, and there are some times where I'll straight up go over the top of him to bait it out because I know he's gonna do it,
right.
And I'll come back down with an attack, and I'll still beat it out as the hitbox is ending.
Yeah, the hitbox is big, but like I mean.
Well, it's also how long it lasts.
Yeah, but I mean that's a blessing and a curse because like I've played PH and he'll do the up B at a time when I can shield it or when I can wait for it, and if you shield it off the first hit, he's got like 20 frames of lag that you can just like punish him.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's no more hitbox. It's a give and take.
It is a give and take, but I just think that it lasts way too long. It's a really fucking strong hitbox no matter what, and it's got the semi-spike no matter what too. It's not like if you hit it near the end, the semi-spike is gone or something. No, it still has that fucking semi-spike, and when I'm playing Falco, I can die at 20% by accidentally,
getting hit by the spike. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Yeah, it sucks. But like, I mean, these are things that you can say about melee characters too. Like Fox, Fox has a lot of janky shit when you think about it. Like Fox, Shines in general are just kind of ridiculous. Like the frame data. And like the shit that you can do with Shine, the versatility and safety of Shine is pretty ridiculous. But that doesn't make Fox broken necessarily,
No, it doesn't make
janky.
It broken, but
it's just as janky. Like melee characters are just as janky as PM characters. It's just that everyone already knows how to play against them. Like Fox's up smash is super powerful, and if you space it right, it's got low enough end lag that you can be pretty safe just like running up an up smash.
Do what? I didn't hear
like Fox just has a lot. I was just using a random example of Fox. But Fox has a lot of tools that are pretty safe and really good in the neutral. That are really hard to beat out. If you have no idea how to play against a Fox, it's almost impossible to figure out what to do against a Fox that's dash dancing and up throw up airing you and like running up and up smashing you. In ways that seem random, but it's just because you don't know the matchup. That character is just as janky as any PM character. It's just that everybody knows how to play against them.
But not everyone knows how to play against Fox, dude.
Well, every melee character does, or player does, so they don't really know.
That's not true. That's why Fox started winning tournaments.
Well, no,
come on, man.
I'm saying you're talking about things where characters in PM have these things that seem like really good, like Link's up B hitbox lingers for a long time. Sure it does, but that doesn't mean that it's super jank and no one can do anything about it. Just like Fox's Shine comes out on frame 1.
Let me say this. There's a lot of different stuff you can do with Fox. A lot of kill moves are the same, yeah. But there are a lot of different play styles. If you analyze all the top Foxes, most of them play completely different.
Right.
So, this is me not analyzing these characters and these players, but to me, from the matches that I watched around Low Tier City 3, if you watch Oracle play and you watch Drinking Flute play, they're all utilizing very similar combos. They're abusing certain hitboxes. There's that down throw up air. They're utilizing that drop zone down air, which is really good.
Yeah.
But they're utilizing a lot of that stuff. Rob can't really get punished for that down air either because he has that jump and that recovery that are so good that he can just get back to the stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I would say: is so the top melee players that play PM on the side and that lose to these kinds of things.
It's not even about melee players that lose to PM.
Well, okay. So what